Hello, all my circus freaks out there. It's story time, and I am your humble storyteller. Here it is at last. After months of trolling through eBay and Etsy and Amazon and waiting on packages to arrive and figuring out what I need for the next piece and making sure everything matches together, hundreds of hours, literally. But here it is, all right? The champion's armor. We've got the gladiator-style helmet. We've got the leather pauldron. We've got the belt, the bone dagger, the gladius, the amulet, the cloak, the greaves, the shield. It's all there, all right? A little bit of history behind these pieces, okay? Now, the shield, mind you, is still a work in progress. I'll be posting a video about it tomorrow. I had to wait till payday to get some final supplies, but I'll probably be working on that tomorrow. Expect a video on that. But a little bit of history of all of these pieces, specifically the sword. Take it up. The sword is going to be strong hammers, anti. It will represent his blacksmith character. It will be his masterwork. You know, that's his Annie. Now, this item in particular is not going to be enchanted per se, quote unquote. It's just, you know, a very fine blade made by a very fine blacksmith turned wrestler. So that's kind of the story behind this. I think we're going to call it, one of my friends, Tristan, came up with a name for it, and the Iridian Blade, I think is what we're going to call it. I like that. Kind of a shout out to Borderlands, I guess. But next we have the Bone Dagger, which I've had this for a while. This is something that I've incorporated into the champion's armor. But this is my spirit weapon, and it's a flint-napped fiber optic glass secured to a staghorn handle wrapped in synthetic sinew. Man, this is how the cavemen did it. This is going to be the Bone Dagger, and it will belong to Necrosis, George's other character, the fallen priest of the Dog of Death. Now, the thing about the Dog of Death is they're not necessarily, the priesthood is not necessarily bad people, even though they're serving the essentially the God of Death. They, their daggers are enchanted, so this will in-game be an enchanted weapon, and it will be a poisoned dagger. The priests of Necro, the God of Death, or the Dog of Death as we're calling him, use these as, to put people out of their misery, put things out of their misery. That's how they serve the God. Is you're dying of a terminal illness or, battlefield, you're not going to make it anyway, might as well get it, it's a mercy when they have to use this dagger. Now, Necrosis, George's character, he's a fallen priest. So he's got it into his head that I serve the God of Death. What better way to serve the God of Death than by causing as much of it as possible? So that's going to be the Bone Dagger. Shoulder Pauldron is going to belong to one of our newer players, Bun. You've seen him in one video. We going to call him the Savage Bunisher. All right? So his character is going to be like a barbarian. So he's from the barbarian horde, and that's, belonged to his father or something. Like I said, some of these storylines haven't quite figured out yet. There's also the amulet, which I'm debating on what I want to do with that. I'd also thought about maybe making Necrosis, not have the dagger, and instead have the amulet, because it's got a really cool, it's a stone with, 3 lines across it. I could say it's like the Dog of Death clawed at the stone or something like that. But anyway, if you'll notice down here, I can't really see. Hold up your leg for a minute. These are the greaves. I was thinking about. I'm not sure who they're going to go to yet. obviously. But the shield, like I said, I'm not sure where it's going to go either. The helmet, maybe if Frank participates, Brutal Bill, I think that would go well with his. I know one last thing, the cloak. Turn around. This is going to be the Cloak of Shadows, and it's going to be Joe's character, which I think we're going to call him the Jester or something like that, and that's going to be a really interesting character, kind of a Loki-esque, I guess. But all right, turn back around. Y'all remember the belt? You know, that's the core of the whole champion's armor. But there it is. There it is. Many hours of research and looking at pictures on Etsy and waiting by the door anxiously, waiting on FedEx or the mail to arrive. Here it is, man. What I've been talking about this whole time. Finally come together. The last piece I got to finish is the shield. I'm working on it probably tomorrow. I'll post another video about it. Be looking forward to another story time video where I'll go into a little bit of some of the ecologies I've built up for the world of Arcona, and maybe do a nation expose, if you will, because I've got about 24 nations that I've kind of got rough ideas for that could be pretty interesting. But other than that, y'all, I finally upgraded and got a tripod and a little clicker that allows me to use Bluetooth to start and stop the recording, man. So we're coming along, folks. That's about it for this time, y'all. Like, follow, comment, share, hit the notification bell, subscribe. I love y'all, and I hope to hear from you soon, all my circus things. The champion's armor. Heck yeah.